Migrant Education, Region 2, Santa Rosa office. Interview with former migrant student Yanira Osuna, current senior attending Sonoma State University. Yanira, thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Would you please describe how the migrant education program has helped you or your family?
Migrant education has been a program that has helped me throughout my entire life. Primarily in education, it has supported me learning English as a second language and just trying to build all those bridges between the two cultures of coming from Mexico and being in this country and learning about all the new things and trying to integrate into this different culture.
Mm-hmm.
Primarily education. It's been the support and the backbone of my education.
Okay. And what specifically has migrant education done to help you be successful in attaining your goals?
My personal goals, it's been a lot of motivation. When you are doing something that has never been done before in your family, it can be very intimidating, very hard, and I've always had a migrant education staff in my ear telling me that I can do it, and just letting me see the hope that there is a future for me out there and that I can do it. It's been a lot of motivation.
Wonderful. Please share an example when the migrant education program helped you face an obstacle or a barrier.
Well, there has been multiple occasions where migrant education has stepped in my life and helped me see the light, I would say. When I was a child, it was from giving me support in English. When later on, as I grew up and I continued to stay in education, it was when I graduated high school. It was like this big accomplishment that had taken many, many years of support and many, many years of work, but then it was time to take the next step. And my parents always encouraged me to graduate high school. They were very supportive and they really wanted me to get an education because that was something they didn't get to do. But when it was time for me to move on to college, it was very difficult for them. They didn't understand that I had to move, that I had to pursue a bigger goal. That was hard for them to understand. And that was an opportunity for MigrantEd to step in and help me have that conversation with my parents and help them understand that this was all for a good cause and it was all going to be okay. So it was very helpful to have migrant education there and allow me to have that conversation with my parents and make them understand that I was doing something good for myself.
Thank you. Can you please tell us now about a particular program that you participated in while you were in the migrant education program and how that program helped you benefit?
Well, to think of one in particular is very hard because I've been provided by MigrantEd for many, many, many services, from camp to visits to colleges to computer workshops, learning how to use a computer, because I've been in MigrantEd since I was a little girl. So it's been a journey, and from receiving shoes, from receiving clothes to everything. Transportation, school at home, everything. But one thing that really, really changed my life was going to universities, seeing those campuses and picturing myself as a student there, not just as a visitor, because it was constant field trips to either Sacramento State, UC Davis, and I was being exposed to something that I had no idea existed. So I think that was very powerful. During those workshops, I was able to learn about all the requirements that I needed for me to be prepared to go to college one day. So that's when it started to become real. All the years of work from when I was a little girl, it was just like it all coming together. And that's something that I have to thank MigrantNet for. They provided me with this hope that I could become someone in life, and that I could break the barriers in my family, and I could break the cycle, and I could go on and do something new, not end up with possibly more unfortunate futures. So that was very, very helpful. I specifically remember learning about it through GEAS. Like, I had no idea what that was, and it was through field trips to Sacramento State that I was exposed, and then I was like, hey, this is doable. Like, I can do this, and that was really inspiring.
That's wonderful to hear. And now I think you're giving back now that you're working with our program. So how do you feel that future migrant students benefit from being part of our program?
So I think primarily is from my experience now on the other side working for the program, I've been able to see how there are many students who don't see that they have options, so they are maybe stuck in some sort of way to not pursue anything further. So I think the smallest effort to be there and just talk about education, and just I kind of see it as like planting a little seed. Like, you just tell them, and it's not really planting a seed, because it's a seed that has already been planted there. You always just see like the fruits of it. So you are talking to students and letting them see the light within themselves, because a lot of them it's like they have the passion to pursue something, but they don't know what's out there. So I think that's one of the most beautiful things, is that you have the opportunity to kind of open their eyes, and it's just really beautiful when you have the opportunity to talk to a student, and they're like, hey, like, I didn't know about that. Like, it's very rewarding to be able to do that. Definitely something that MigrantNet has a lot of power. To be there for students.
Yeah, I agree. So do you have any other comments before we end our interview?
I guess I could, I'm very, from personal experience, I'm very thankful for migrant education program. And I think that as staff, I see it as a great tool in our communities to raise, I don't know how to explain it better, like futures for our community. Like, they are, we already know the issues that we face in this country as migrant families. So this is the opportunity to do something about it. It's something that is here for others to use. It's like, so I see it as a tool. It's like a tool for us to make a change and inspire families in positive ways.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and sharing your thoughts and your experiences. And we wish you well as you move on to graduation from Now University.
Yes.
Thank you, Yanida.
Thank you.